Racism, bullying and cover-ups, all present in England's maternity care. Here's what you should know. Baroness Amos has spoken to hundreds of harmed and bereaved families in a new report. Jack and Sarah Hawkins' daughter Harriet was stillborn due to hospital negligence when both were senior NHS staff.
I feel like it isn't going to change unless there is some form of accountability. The clinicians who have failed us in Nottingham have had no sanction against them, so they set a standard for that care, and you know that's not going to change unless you have some form of accountability and you can set a culture where you're honest.
Baroness Amos's report says some families believe hospitals were incentivised to report a baby's death as stillborn because it prevents the case being examined by a coroner.
We have met a number of people and heard reports from a number of people whose babies they say were born alive and who the hospital say were born dead. And that is a horrific position, a horrific thing to say. And yet, of course, we believe the victims, not the NHS, who have shown themselves to be sparing with the truth around some of these issues.
The report finds a lack of compassion and accountability when things go wrong. It also says some staff feel embarrassed to tell people they're a midwife, with others describing racist and bullying behaviour from some colleagues, which management don't always deal with. And it details how Asian women have been stereotyped as princesses and black women deemed as having tough skin and being able to tolerate pain. There's also a stark message about outdated and dilapidated NHS buildings, with staff in one hospital including a weather report in their handover on labour wards because they have to be ready for heavy rain due to numerous leaks.
Families just want accountability, and this report is not going to bring accountability. There needs to be a statutory public inquiry and some form of justice, because if your child died in any other circumstance in life, you would get justice. People would be held to account. Yet in maternity services, it doesn't happen like that, and that is so unfair.
Jack and Sarah have been pivotal in the largest ever maternity inquiry taking place in Nottingham. Before its publication, Baroness Amos will release her national recommendations and final conclusions. After years of reports and investigations, families are desperate for change to fix our failing maternity system.